There's a sentence that flow and awakens each and every soul. Bharat Mata ki jai. But is our mother really proud of current condition of our daughters? Revolution, movements, etc. are not the right way to stumble equality. It is the inner command of self-realization. That's what should lead us to gender equality. Nowadays, women empowerment is a way to more likes and comments or to be limelight of social media. Women empowerment is a movement which advocates women's rights. It's the voice of the suppressed women, a pleading for the right to reveal her emotions and senses. Ancient book on law and politics called Manusmriti calls Pita Rakshati Kaumari, Bharta Rakshati Yavani, Putra Rakshati Vardhaki Nastri Swadandriya Arhadi. Is this the law we have to follow? The world is changing. We are competing the revolving spherical earth with rotating wheels. Here the negotiations are just a joke. A recognition is must. A well-civilized man never denies the right of his fellow gender. He knows it because of her he sustains and vice versa. It's where the ego and superiority complex which leads to society has backs. Now please have a look at the greatest 13 unsung heroines or daughters of Mother India. Let us see whether the 13 causes interest, arachnophobia or enlightenment.
Razia Sultana was the first and only female ruler of India. Some may disagree that she was the only female ruler of India, but she undoubtedly was the first. She ruled the Delhi Sultanate for a short period of time of 4 years. Her rule of law was overturned when she fell in love with Yaqut, a slave in her kingdom. Her death still remains shrouded in mystery. There are claims of at least 3 places of her burial in Kaital, Tonk and Delhi.
Rani Velu Nachiyar was a queen of Shivganga estate from 1780 to 1790. She was the first queen to fight against the British colonial power in India. She is known by Tamils as Veeramangai. On 31st December 2008, a commemorative postage stamp in her name was released.
Oneka Obawa was a brave woman in the kingdom of Chitradurga in Karnataka who single-handed fought with the army of Hyder Ali. She just used a pistol called Oneka in Kannada and fought with the army. Her husband Kalnayak was a security guard of one of the watchtower located in the fort of Chitradurga.
Savitribai Phule and her husband were pioneers of women's education in India. Also, she was a Dalit and was doubly marginalized. She played an important role in improving women's rights and ending social prejudices in India during the British rule. She also was the first woman to light her husband's fire in the history of India. On March 10, 1998, a stamp was released by the Indian Post to honor Savitribai's contribution. Savitribai was a Vidya Jyoti for all those who want to do something in the field of education.
Abala Bose was known for her efforts in advancement of women's education and her contribution towards the alleviation of the condition of widows. Abala Bose was an early feminist and frequently wrote about why women needed more education and stressed that women's minds were just as important as men's. Later in her life, she set up the Nari Shiksha Samiti, a non-profit whose mission was to educate girls and women. She also opened a home for widows and a rehabilitation center for women.
Rukmini Devi Arundale was an Indian theosophist, dancer and choreographer of the Indian classical dance form of Bharatanatyam and an activist for animal rights and welfare. She was the first woman in Indian history to be nominated a member of the Rajya Sabha. The most important revivalist of Bharatanatyam from its original southern style prevalent amongst the temple dancers, the Devadasis. She also worked for the re-establishment of traditional Indian arts and craft. She espoused the cause of Bharatanatyam, which was considered a vulgar art. She sanitized and removed the inherent eroticism of Sadr to make it palatable to Victorian British morality and Indian upper caste elites.
Amrita Shergill was born in 1913 and started painting at the age of 8. She is one of the pioneers of modern Indian art and was known as India's Frida Kahlo. She died at the early age of 28, but her artwork is still praised and sold for top dollar. She received recognition with her oil painting named Young Girls in 1932.
Anakalata Barua, called Birbala and Shahid, was an Indian independence activist and AISF leader who was shot dead at the age of 17 while leading a procession wearing the national flag during the Quit India movement of 1942.
Akka Macharian was an Indian independence activist from the erstwhile Travancore, India. She was popularly known as the Jhansi Rani of Travancore. Akka Macharian, who led a mass rally from Tampanur to Kavdiyar Palace of Maharaja Chitra Tirunal to get the ban on the state congress lifted. Her courage was hailed by Mahatma Gandhi and she became to be known as the Jhansi Rani of Travancore.
Pula Thakral, the first woman to get her pilot license and clock more than 1,000 years of flying. She was only 21 years old when she received her license to fly an aircraft. She was working towards getting licensed when her husband died in a plane crash. Later in life, she became a painter and designed clothes, jewelry, etc.
Tessie Thomas, born on April 1963, is an Indian scientist and Director General of Aeronautical Systems and the former Project Director for Agni for Missile in Defense Research and Development Organization. She is the first woman scientist to head the missile project in India. She is also known as Missile Woman of India.
Poorna Malvat is an Indian mountaineer. On 25th May 2014, Poorna scaled the highest peak of Mount Everest and, aged 13 years and 11 months, became the youngest Indian and the youngest girl in the world to have reached the summit. The youngest person, male or female, to summit Mount Everest is Jordan Romero, who reached the summit at age 13 years and 10 months. She was accompanied by Sandana Pali and Anand Kumar from Khmmam. She scaled Mount Elbrus, the highest peak in Russia and in Europe, on 27 July 2017. After reaching the summit of Elbrus, she unfurled a 50 feet long Indian tricolour singing the Indian national.
Sister Lini was a nurse at AMS Memorial Cooperative Hospital in the Kozhikode, Perambara, where she looked after Muhammad Sadiq, the first person believed to have been affected with deadly Nipah virus in 2018. Soon after he succumbed to the disease, Sister Lini, who looked after him in the hospital, too fell ill and passed away. The Florence Nightingale Award is presented as a mark of recognition for the meritorious services by nurses in the country. The award was first instituted in 1973. The award was presented posthumously only to Sister Lini this year.
Just then, not so never.